everyone, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by. Today I am doing a video that I promised you guys a long time ago. I think you guys have been seeing a lot of reviews for Arabic fragrances on my channel, and a lot of you must be saying, oh, she likes everything. No, this is not the case. I do and have found quite a few fragrances which were so hyped, and I could not understand why these fragrances are so hyped. And I have mentioned, in doing reviews that I did not like this and that Middle Eastern fragrance. And quite a few of you have written to me and said, oh, you have to allow them to macerate. So some of these fragrances I have here, they have been macerating, some of them for 4 months. So it will not be an issue of maceration or they have not aged if I do not like these fragrances. I mean, it is true that some of these Middle Eastern fragrances, they do have to sit a bit. I did make this experience quite profoundly with, which one was it? Musamam White. When I bought that, it was watery, it was nothing. I was thinking, oh my God, what is this? Had I done a review of this fragrance at the time, it would have gotten a really bad review. And after allowing it to macerate for about over a month, this fragrance is now one of my favorite fragrances from Lattafa. It has really good lasting power. It is just beautiful. I mean, fragrances are relative, and when I don't like fragrances, guys, I always tell you the reason why. If there's a note which normally bothers me, like heliothrope, which I cannot tolerate, so I will be talking to you guys today about the hype fragrances, which were for me an absolute no-no, or these were just average fragrances. So the first one I will start with, this is Teriaq from Lattafa. This is one of their latest fragrances. I got this right when it came out. I was a bit surprised that it was available in Germany so quickly, and I picked this up. I tried it back then. This fragrance is and was so hyped, and when I tried it, it was for me a bit below average. So I have had this here for a couple of months. It has macerated. I have been trying it. So I will be doing a full review on this one today and letting you know what I think about it. This is the packaging. I have already opened this because this is plastic and it is a bit hard getting this opened. So it is a pretty color, like a pastel pink. And this is what the fragrance looks like. The bottle is quite cute, it's different. There is a snake on the top, it is okay, and this is golden metal. The top is plastic and the snake, it is also plastic. This one was so hyped, yeah, and the reviews started even before the fragrance was released, as this is a fragrance from Quinton Bish, I believe, is the perfumer. He was the nose behind the perfume. I did not find this to be so extraordinary. This one has notes of apricot, bitter almond, caramel, and red pepper. In the opening, I could sense the apricot note and some of the pink pepper note. And then there's honey, rhubarb, rose, and white florals. I do not sense a very strong white floral note in this. This is really a blend of a lot of notes. The base is lathamum. There is leather, musk, vanilla, and vetiver. The notes that I am able to pick up most in this fragrance, it is the apricot. There is a very, you can say, burnt caramel accord and a lot of vanilla with some musk. It is your average generic department store fragrance. It is not bad, but at the same time, this is not anything out of the ordinary special. It's wearable for every day, and for the price point, this is about 45 euros here in Germany, but it is not a fragrance that everyone must try and have. One of the cons of this fragrance, which did not completely go away with maceration, the fragrance has gotten a bit stronger, but the lasting power on my skin chemistry, it is never more than 2 hours. Had this fragrance had a bit more lasting power and maybe a bit more sillage, it does wear still very close to the skin, and the lasting power, it is below average. So for me, it is not a bad fragrance, but the hype about this fragrance, I just don't get it. I think a lot of the reviews that I have seen on sites like Fragrantica and other perfume sites, by looking at the notes, I honestly think a lot of people reviewed this due to the nose behind the fragrance and not really the fragrance. I mean, I know fragrance is relative, but when I look at some of those reviews and they were done so early, I think this fragrance was maybe not even available yet. The next fragrance that I have, this is from Haramain L'Aventure Femme. This fragrance was so hyped, it still is. It is always said that this is the power woman fragrance. If you are trying to break the glass ceiling, you need this one. I have seen in a lot of reviews, that people are saying it's the perfect fragrance if you are going on a job interview. Guys, honestly, one of the places where you would never want to wear perfume, or one of the occasions, is when you are going on a job interview. I mean, what might be a beautiful, wonderful perfume for you, for the person who is interviewing you, it could be very offensive, and what you end up with is a speed interview. It is just my tip for a lot of the young people out there who were reviewing these perfumes and saying if you are going on a job interview and you really want to be serious, you should be wearing this one. Guys, I tried this fragrance. The opening, it is a nice opening. The issue I have with this fragrance is that it gets stale very quickly, and also it is quite dated. I don't know if this is what people meant when they were saying this is a fragrance for the serious woman. I mean, I am at the moment middle-aged, you can say, but this fragrance, even for me, it was a bit too dated. Maybe it is my skin chemistry, but I don't think so. I mean, the first half hour, it is beautiful, it is a bit fresh. But when you get to the 1 hour point, this one can get a bit funky. And also it was the type of fragrance where you get tired of it quite quickly. Well, at least I did. I am looking at the notes of this one. I do a lot of notes when I am testing and sampling perfumes. Yeah, I did this quite a while back. It has a citrus opening with bergamot, pineapple, and there are woody notes, the cedar notes in this fragrance. It is quite pronounced, and it is not a fresh cedar. So this one for me, it was a no-no when I first tried it, and it still is. From the bottle, this smells lovely, but on my skin chemistry, I couldn't pull this off. The next one, I know I am going to get a lot of comments from people who say, I love this. Guys, this one, it is Yara from Lattafa. And for me, this fragrance, it is a conditioner. I do not like very soapy fragrances. For me, it's a bit nauseating. And this fragrance, It is very soapy. I do not get fragrance from this. This is something I expect, this type of aroma. I do expect it in the shower. I mean, this was very hyped. A lot of people love this. And I am being honest with you guys. For me, it is the soapy accord in this fragrance. It is for me too much. And also, I did not like the packaging very much. Sometimes I look at it and I say, oh, this is different. But at other times, it is all plastic. It is the packaging, the fragrance. It was not for me. When I read the reviews on this fragrance, honestly, I was expecting something totally different. I was expecting something like Lattafa Yara EdP. Yeah, I just reviewed this one and I do love it. It's the same type of easygoing fragrance for Saturdays, Sundays, jeans and a t-shirt. But this one, it just nauseated me. And yes, it was due to this very soapy accord mixed with a lot of very sweet gourmand notes. So yeah, this one will go into the shelf. I do hope that I can find someone to take this off my hands. I do have a friend visiting me soon and she does have a teenage daughter and I think she may love this. So I will keep this for her. The next one, it is from Haramain and it is the Lavender Rose. It is the rose version of this fragrance. This one, it is a bit younger. It is not dated. But what I do not like with this fragrance is that the rose, it is very artificial. When it is sprayed, the rose is very abrasive and it doesn't change. It is, for me, this is a fragrance. Every time I wore it, it did smell a bit cheap. I did read a lot of reviews where people said this is a very creamy, yummy rose. For me, this was just as abrasive as you would say an air freshener. It could be maybe I got a bad lot, I don't know. This is the typical type of rose that I do not like, aggressive and a bit cheap smelling. So I mean, it has macerated for, like I said, about 4 months or more. It has not changed. So this one, I will not fuss with this anymore. It is a no-no. So I have tried 2 fragrances from this series and I will not be getting any more of this. I mean, Haramain, I do have quite a bit of perfume oils from this company. I did buy some of them when I was in Dubai and I do like the perfume oils very much, but none of the eau de parfums that I have tried from this line, you can say I was not so fond of them. The next one, it is this one called Mango Punch. This is from Paris Corner. It is still in the box. It has macerated. I am wearing it again today. The first time I tried this fragrance, it was very green and it did not behave like a fragrance. It has gotten much better with maceration. I can wear it. I do not hate it, but it just did not live up to this hype. Why I decided to pick up this fragrance. Everyone said it was this yummy, most beautiful gourmand fragrance. It was better than the original. The original fragrance that Mango Punch is inspired by, it is from Wilhelm Parfumerie. And this fragrance, it's called Mango Skin. It is terribly expensive. I mean, being that everyone says Mango Punch is so close to this fragrance, I will see if I can find this somewhere to test it, but I will not be picking it up. This one, it is a nice mango fragrance. It is agreeable, easy to wear. It is not abrasive. It is just that this is more of a green mango, and the hype was so strong about this one, and when I tried it, I just did not get why this fragrance was so viral. I just couldn't understand comparing this fragrance, what I have, to the reviews I was reading, because for me it is a bit average. I mean, this fragrance is costing here 45 euros, and I do not think it is a fragrance which punches way above the price point. Guys, the Middle Eastern fragrance that I have, the mango fragrance that I am loving, and I have been using this since spring, it is this one. This one is Ajayed Dubai, and this is the white, Ajayed Dubai white. This is a beautiful mango fragrance. It is creamy, it is easy to wear, it is just absolutely delicious. If you are looking for a very nice mango fragrance in a similar price range, I can highly recommend this one. This one, Ajayed Dubai, it did not need maceration, it did not need time. This was yummy, scrumptious, and delicious from the first spray. And guys, don't get me wrong, Mango Punch, yeah, this is from Paris Corner. It is from their Emir series. This is not a bad mango fragrance. It is a nice fragrance. It is just that it was so hyped, and what I got when I purchased this, it was a bit of a letdown. This one, I just don't get it. It is from Lattafa. It is BADEE Al-Oud, and this is Honor and Glory. I mean, this one was, oh my god, viral everywhere. Must have fragrance, everyone must have it. I mean, just by looking at the bottle, yeah, you can see that this is inspired by Initio fragrances. I have seen videos where people say it's an inspiration for Initio musk therapy, which I have and I love, no way. And some people do think it is an inspiration for Oud for Greatness. I do not have Oud for Greatness, so I have not done this comparison. But guys, this fragrance for me, it is a no-no. This is sold as a unisex fragrance. Granted, I like my fragrances right in the middle or more on the feminine side. This is pulling very masculine, but this was not the biggest problem. When this is sniffed, yeah, from the atomizer, it is quite pleasant. But this fragrance started going wrong after maybe about 15 minutes of having this on my skin. It is pulling very masculine, but the problem is it smells very much like a cheap cologne, and it has very strong lasting power. And the next day when I smelled this on my clothes or on my sheets, it was a total put off. Maybe on the male chemistry, yeah, this might behave better, but on my skin chemistry, this behaved a bit, this cologne whiplash which came in the background, it behaved more like Florida water. It is like this cologne alcohol fragrance that people normally use, you know, when you are feeling faint or something like this, to revive and perk yourself up. My grandmother always had Florida water. But guys, for me, this was really a letdown, because when I was finally able to get this in Germany, I ordered it quite quickly. I couldn't wait for the package to come. And then I tried this fragrance and it was really not for me. The hype was so much, and I just can't get in this fragrance what a lot of reviewers are saying it is. Another one which just did not live up to the hype, it is this one from Paris Corner. It is this Eternal Coffee. I have done a full review on this one. For me, this was just raw coffee and milk. It was very hard for me to classify this as a fragrance. The Eternal Musk, it is a beautiful fragrance, and it is also part of this Eternal series. This one I wear a lot. The coffee, I mean, after it macerated, I reviewed this, and it is in the box, and this is another one which is looking for a home. The next one that I have, I mean, this one, it is also from Lattafa, and it is called Khulood. This is coming off, but this is the packaging of this one. I think this is one of the older Lattafa fragrances. It only has the name in Arabic on here. Guys, I got this because I saw some really nice reviews, you know, when I was looking at fragrances. Based on the notes, it looked like something that I would like, but this is very dated. It is not a fragrance that I can see myself wearing and feeling comfortable. Also, this is really just amber. The notes, it's listed as strawberries and sugar in the top note, nowhere to be found, maybe a little bit of sugar. Then tuberose and jasmine. Then the base, it's vanilla, amber, and musk. This is really an amber fragrance, and the issue I really had with this, like I said, it's dated. It really has no life. This one, I have also allowed it to macerate, but I know right when I tried this fragrance, it wasn't for me, and I was able to tell that this fragrance, it is missing something. I don't know, let me know if you have used this and you like it, or do you have the same issues with this fragrance that I did? And it is not what you would say a traditional Arabic fragrance. This one, it is just subpar. By the way, I just finished going through a lot of fragrances from Ad Al Safaran. I did a haul from them way back then. I allowed to macerate. Some of them were love at first sniff. I am really intrigued a bit by this house, so this video will also be coming up soon. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Don't kill me if I have said one of your loves is a fragrance I do not like. Fragrances are totally relative, so let me know what you like about it or what you dislike about it. Take care, hope to see you again soon on my channel. Tschüss!